Fox Business's Hillary Vaughn is live on the story on Capitol Hill. Hillary.
Hi, Harris. Well, Elon Musk is promising that Twitter 2.0 will be better. He says it will be more even-handed when patrolling content on the platform. And Republicans are looking forward to that, who have been concerned that social media sites like Twitter are unfairly biased against them. The top Republican on the House Oversight Committee says they asked Twitter to preserve any communication between Twitter executives and the DNC or the Biden administration, and they're hoping to get some answers.
I think that Elon Musk knows that there are other stories that Twitter was told to suppress that affected conservatives in a negative way and helped Democrats. This is something that's wrong. This is the government directly interfering with free speech, especially conservatives' free speech. And I think that Elon Musk wants to set the record straight.
But some Democrats want the old Twitter back. So does the European Union, who has now threatened to ban Twitter if Elon Musk does not follow a checklist of rules and stop what they consider an arbitrary approach to reinstating banned users. Senator Elizabeth Warren also has a problem with how things are being run at Twitter HQ with Musk in charge.
Elon Musk is doing just fine.
But do you think that users have a right to freedom of speech, even if what they're saying is wrong or offensive?
I think that one human being should not decide how millions of people communicate with each other. And it doesn't make any difference who that human being is. One human being should not be able to go into a dark room by himself and decide, oh, that person gets heard from, that person doesn't.
And Harris, Apple CEO Tim Cook will be here on Capitol Hill to meet with lawmakers today. But yesterday, he met with Elon Musk and cleared the air, telling him that Apple never considered removing Twitter from its App Store. Harris?
Hillary Vaughn, excellent reporting. Thank you for getting us started. Will Cain, co-host of Fox and Friends Weekend, will welcome In Focus today. Did you hear Elizabeth Warren, the senator now Elon Musk, according to her, is going into a dark room. This is how she describes it. And that would mean that he would be doing nefarious things, because that's kind of what that connotes.
You know, Harris, I was listening to that report from Hillary Vaughn, and when that clip was played by Elizabeth Warren, I yelled into my, at that time dead microphone, what? What Elizabeth Warren just described is how Twitter operated previously. That there was, if not one, a group of individuals, and what is increasingly clear, under the influence of the government, who went into a dark room and decided who to turn up and who to turn down and who to turn off. Elon Musk's approach to Twitter has been to say everyone is now welcome under the banner of freedom of speech. And that is what Warren is concerned about. That's what she's describing as nefarious. Freedom, Harris. She's describing freedom as nefarious. And it blows my mind, Harris. It truly blows my mind that we're at a point in American history, and maybe it shouldn't blow my mind because every other country on the planet operates this way, but we're now in the United States of America in a culture that believes no longer, I disagree with you, but I'll defend to my death your right to say it. It's a culture that now believes, shut up. And it's echoed from the highest levels of American power, that now our idea when it comes to the battle of ideas is you don't have to win, you just have to fit them for a muzzle. It's embarrassing that a United States senator and an administration views in that way free speech.
Well, and it's also very hypocritical considering what's happening in Ukraine. I remember a time like a few months ago when the war started, when Elon Musk was offering them a bastion of free speech by putting up Starlink. And Democrats weren't complaining then when he was helping out and doing what the federal government couldn't even do to keep those people online so that they could show the world what was going on the ground in Ukraine. I mean, do the Democrats love free speech in the First Amendment, or do they hate free speech in the First Amendment when it's in the hands of Elon Musk?
Now, we have the answer to that question. What they love more than freedom is control. And now the great question, they've lost control. And that's why there's so much anger, because it reveals, Harris, how much control they had previously over not just Twitter, but our minds. I'm always sensitive to this. Harris, I believe, and by the way, I know I'm passionate about this. It's just one of the most foundational elements of the experiment that is the American democracy, freedom of speech. But I'm always sensitive to this. like a really small percentage of the population is on Twitter. And of that, I believe only 2% contribute to the conversation.
Excellent
But you
point.
and I both know this. Harris. Twitter has outsized influence. It dictates what newsrooms cover at newspapers, at television stations. It begins the conversation. And they had control over that, which means they had control over our minds, what we saw, what we read, what we thought. And their anger is about the loss of control. And what we really need to do next, and what I hope Elon does, is reveal the extent of the control.
I want to get to this because Elon Musk talks just specifically now about trust and safety and how under his Twitter 2.0, it will be transparent and it will work. Yoel Roth, Twitter's head of trust and safety until he quit earlier this month, has admitted censoring the Hunter Biden laptop posts was a mistake. Watch.
We didn't know what to believe. We didn't know what was true. There was smoke. And ultimately, for me, it didn't reach a place where I was comfortable removing this content from Twitter. But it set off every single one of my finely tuned APT28 hack and leak campaign alarm bells.
So it was a mistake.
In my opinion, yes.
What were those alarm bells attached to? What was that fancy machine he was using? I don't know.
Yeah, they were finely tuned, Harris.
Yeah.
I think that history suggests maybe it needs some tuning. By the way, I don't care for Yoel Roth's. Yeah, I don't care for his apology. He accomplished, let's be real for one moment. He accomplished what he set out to accomplish, which was to manipulate an American presidential election. It's real easy now to go back in time. And by the way, I think Jack Dorsey is trying to gravitate, the former Twitter CEO, to the right side of history on free speech. But Jack Dorsey is culpable as well. It's not good enough to simply apologize. You helped swing, we have the data on this, you helped swing an American election. You accomplished your goal. Now, it's okay, great, you're sorry that you did that. Well, we want to find out how, why, and who made that call.
Yeah, sorry or embarrassed. Look, I'm curious, why didn't Yoel Roth quit when he knew what he was doing was wrong? You think he just had that epiphany? Probably not, as he was fine-tuning the mystery machine to try to find the stuff he wanted to keep off Twitter.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.